Ako urong dito, and I said I would stake my honor, my life, and even the presidency.
Ano yun? Balat. Sa puwet. Natural tattoo.
Tape us live.
Oh, hindi naman. Hindi nga ako. We just reported. We didn't say we believed it. May ventos. May lamig sa likod. No, you can mock them now.
Nilagyan daw ng foundation.
Pinakot ba natin? Dapat kinukot din ang photos.
Tape us live tayo. Tape us live. Live sa FB, RTVM. Good afternoon, Malacañang Press Corps. Kasama na natin si Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo.
Good afternoon. I'm ready, if you are.
MPC questions? Joseph or Henry?
Henry.
Henry?
Henry,
Secretary, yung ano lang, yung latest lang, pinakita na ni Bongo yung kanyang likod na walang tato. Now, what can the palace say or what's your reaction that you want to
We've been saying-
convey to the opposition?
we've been saying all along that that was a black propaganda. There are people who believe it, hook, line, and sinker, and it's now showing that it's not true. It's never been true.
Kung meron hong gusto kayong ilabas naman at ipakita ng oposisyon, ano naman ito, Secretary?
Anong ilalabas? Sino?
Anything. Baka meron kayong gusto ring challenge or gustong sabihin na ilabas nila. Meron ba?
Ang ilalabas lang namin ang kasaganahan ng bansa, ang kasipagan ni Presidente sa kanyang tungkulin bilang Presidente ng ating bayan.
Hindi, what I mean,
Ang kanyang katapatan. Yan ang mga ilalabas
Hindi.
natin.
I mean, your
Yung
challenge-
mga black propaganda.
your challenge to the opposition, baka meron silang kailangang ilabas na gusto
Na
ninyong...
they can do the worst. We will do our best.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Question may follow up, Joseph? Morong?
But the truth or the veracity of the claim of Bikoy only refers to Kisap Bongo. As far as that is concerned, do you think that
You're
is...
already assuming the truthful yung video.
Yeah, question, sir, is, does it have, now that we have that video from Sap Bongo, what does it say about the other allegations of Bikoy?
One who alleges was proved. They have to prove what they're saying. That's why we have been repeatedly saying it's a black propaganda.
Okay.
May follow up pa doon? Other issue. Joseph, hawak mo na yung microphone. Other issue.
Hi, sir. Welcome back. Sorry. Sa China, sir, there is a report again from the Inquirer that there are other areas where the Chinese militia is present. I think it's in Kota Island, which is Philippine occupied. Would you know about this information, sir?
No, not yet. Just
Alright,
now.
but
the
they are
report
there.
came from where?
The military, sir. Hold on, I'll just look it up. But aside from the Kalayaan, the Pag-asa Islands, they're present also in some of other islands.
Then we will object to their presence. We have
What?
already filed a diplomatic protest, and that applies to everything, anything that concern Chinese vessels in our territory.
So we'll file a new protest because this is just an
I'm sure the Secretary of Foreign Affairs will do that after validating the report.
And just for soundbite purposes, we are filing because
Because they cannot be intruding in our territorial property.
what will that diplomatic protest achieve, sir, as far as maybe the movement of the Chinese vessels?
Then they will know that we are against it, that we will not allow it, that we will not tolerate such presence in our territory.
Should they go away, sir? Should they go away?
They should. They have no business being there.
Very interesting, strong statements now from the palace, huh?
Oh, we've been saying that. We cannot, while we remain friendly with respect to trade relations, we will always assert sovereignty when it is being impaired or assaulted.
And you see this as an assault.
Oh, it is. If they continue to be present in our territory, then it is an assault to our sovereignty.
All right, sir, yun muna, sir.
May follow-up pa, China. Rosalie Cos.
Good afternoon. Sir, ano pong nakuha natin dun sa last na bilateral consultation mechanism? Kasi base sa mga reports, walang napag-usapan about dun sa presence ng Chinese militia or fishermen near the Pag-asa Island.
I would suggest you address the question first to Yusek Manalo because he was the one in charge in the bilateral relations. I
Pero
haven't received any report from him.
what do we expect to get from the recent
I do
meeting?
not know what we will expect to get. We have to wait for the report. We cannot be speculating.
Questions, MPC? May other, Celerina and then Virgil.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, do you think this is now the right time for the president to bring up this arbitration decision? Since before the president mentioned that at the right time he would mention this, he will bring up with the Chinese counterpart this decision of the PCA.
That's the president's call.
So you don't see, like if you will be asked, since you are the Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, do you think this is now the right time?
When he asks me, I will respond. Until such time, I will keep quiet.
Okay, Virgil?
Sir, the President had a joint command conference with the AFP and PNP last Monday ba yun? Would you know if yung presence of Chinese boats in the West Philippine Sea was discussed?
No, I was not present during the command conference. I have yet to receive a transcript of what transpired.
But would you know if nasa agenda yung West Philippine
No,
Sea?
I do not know.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, still in China? Other issues? Catherine. China? Ina?
Sir, when the president last Friday said, referring to the presence of Chinese vessels in Pag-asa Palen, sabi niya, let's be friends but do not touch Pag-asa Island and the rest. If you make moves there, that's a different story. I will tell my soldiers prepare for suicide mission. Following that statement, a strongly worded statement from the president, what did the palace hope from China? What actions did you hope China would take following that?
Positive response for them to leave the place.
And since the president said that, has the palace monitored any movement from Pag-asa? If indeed, maybe it umalis na po yung mga Chinese vessels
I've not heard
doon?
from the military establishment, and I have not heard from the DFA whether it has already received a response from the Chinese government.
At the same time, sir, the president is also suggesting a so-called a compromise, yun yung ginamit niyang term, with China, still referring to Pag-asa. Anong What type of compromise is the
Perhaps what
president
he's referring to is they leave the place. Then we maintain our trade relations. They leave the place. I mean, they cannot be staying there forever.
And if they insist on staying there,
Then we will have to let the president decide what action he will undertake.
how long, sir, do you think will the president wait?
We will give them reasonable time to respond to our protest.
Sir, again, trade relations, yung sabi ninyo?
Yeah, di ba, we're having trade relations.
If they don't leave, can you again say it, sir? What's
No,
going to happen if they
I
don't
said
leave?
that we will have to wait for the president's decision on that.
Thank you.
Okay, other issue na or China? Other issue, Catherine?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon po. Sir, the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines has placed the Luzon Grid on red alert today. Ano-ano na po yung contingency measures ng gobyerno, especially nalalapit na po yung election? Is the government ready for a possible power shortage?
First, I don't know about that. Second, we will have to ask the energy czar about that.
Pero ini assurance, sir, na ready ang government kasi lalo na ngayon magkakaroon ng El Nino.
I'm sure the energy department will have responses to whatever crisis we will have.
Okay, Tuesday New, then Tina Maralit.
Hi, sir. Balik lang, sir, ako sa China. Sir, naobserbahan namin, sir, when it comes to China, dyan sa Pag-asa Island, bakit parang bigla, strong ang messages ninyo, unlike before? These past few days, sir, medyo
You
pumapalag-palag
must
na.
remember that our responses was calibrated. We said, let's see first if it's true. If it's true, then we will undertake an action. Now, it's true pala, o edi, we complain. We protest.
So, na-verify na, sir.
Obviously, may protest na nga eh.
On another matter, sir, yung report, sir, ng MWSS at Manila Water na naisumiti na ba kay Presidente? Nabasa na niya ba? At sabi niya magde-decide siya before April 15.
Ano naman ngayon?
10. Pero ngayon yung deadline, sir, na for submission.
Deadline pa lang. Wala pa. I have not received any report that they have submitted theirs.
So wala pa, hindi pa natin alam kung anong decision. Okay.
Okay, follow up, Pia?
Sir, may information na ba yung Malacañang? Because apparently the MWSS has imposed fines and sanctions sa Manila Water over the water shortage. Sabi nila Malacañang daw po kasi yung unang mag-a-announce.
Which one?
Yung mga fines and sanctions imposed by MWSS sa Manila
wala.
Water. Thank you, sir.
Okay, may issue pa sa water. Tina Mendez.
Sir, sa news the other day, si Mr. Manny Pangilinan said Maynilad Water Services is more than willing to drop the arbitration proceedings with the government as long as there is a way forward on the tariffs. Any comment from Malacañang?
Well, anything that will settle the differences is always welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, other issue na tayo? May water pa. Other issue, Tina Maralit, then Nestor.
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, earlier this week, sinabi po ni Cabsec Nograles that the President is already reviewing the budget and hopefully before the Holy Week break po ay mapirmahan na. Sir, any update po regarding that?
Wala pa. Still,
Pero sir,
kung ano yung sinabi ni Cabsec, yun na yun.
But sir,
Kasi the budget is a huge document in terms of provision. Siyempre, isa-isa naman. Matagal na trabaho na.
pero sir, soon kaya
Tingnan natin, hopefully soon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Nestor.
Good morning, Secretary.
Yes.
Sir, may we have the palace reaction on the order of the Supreme Court for Malacañang to respond on the petition to nullify the loan agreement with China on the Chico River project?
Oh, hindi ba sabi natin we will always respect whatever the other branches do or perform. following the constitutional directives to each branch. So we will respond to the petition.
How confident is Malacañang that it would be able to respond properly to the petition and the loan agreement will be nullified?
It will respond properly. The loan agreement has passed through many channels. There has been many review, evaluations. We feel that it's not in violation of the Constitution as alleged by the petitioner.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Tuesday New to be followed by Joseph.
Sir, si Presidente tomorrow ay nasa
Where are you?
Negros
Can't you?
Occidental.
Sorry.
Nakatago ka na naman kasi.
Nasa Negros Occidental siya and then sa Friday sa Lanao del Sur sa Marawi. Sir, diretso na ba si Presidente doon sa Mindanao hanggang bago magmahal na araw?
Hindi. Pag mahal
O mayroon pa siya schedule next week?
Siyempre nasa Davao
Hindi pa,
siya.
mayroon pa tayong Monday to Wednesday, sir, bago magbakasyon ng gobyerno.
Kung ano yung nakalagay sa schedule, he will follow that. But pagdating sa, siguro, Holy Thursday, nasa Davao na yun.
So, we expect by Monday till Wednesday, mayroon pa siyang event, sir, dito?
I haven't seen the schedule.
Okay.
Joseph. Microphone, please.
Sirs, Marcus, human rights victims, no? The United States Federal Court in New York directed the transfer of the 13.75 million settlement proceeds to class counsel for distribution to Filipino human rights. According to Attorney Swift, the distribution of the compensation will start next month. Your comment first.
I will leave that to the Solicitor General because he's in charge of that.
That's right. The Solgen is blocking that. The Solgen is blocking some compensation from...
From what I read in the papers, yes.
Do you think that's right?
Well, I will have to ask him his reasoning for the opposition or blocking.
So if he opposes that, you're okay with it? If he opposes it, so...
Depends on what grounds.
But in principle, sir, do you think that human rights victims should receive this compensation?
Even in principle, I cannot speculate. I have to know the whys and the wherefores of Solgen.
All right. Just the attorneys of the victims said that it is the judge of the New York District Court that has the power to bind the Philippines to commit to this order, sir.
It's the Philippines that will decide. Philippine government.
So we can disobey this order?
What do you? In the first place, do they have jurisdiction over us?
Okay.
MPC questions. Joyce? Joyce Balancho.
Sir, dun sa warning lang ni President Duterte on possible suspension of writ of habeas corpus, Sara Duterte in an ambush interview said, if you go by it legally, the President cannot suspend the writ of habeas corpus. Only the Congress can do that under the Constitution. Any reaction, sir?
The Constitution provides certain grounds for the suspension of the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus. So the President will follow what the Constitution directs.
I believe, sir, if the President will eventually announce a possible suspension of habeas corpus, kailangan pa rin approval ng Congress. So are we confident that if in case he indeed suspend it, we have allies in Congress who will support it?
Well, he has suspended the privilege of the writ in Mindanao, has declared martial law there, and Congress has supported his moves, and the Supreme Court has validated all the actions of the President. But then, as I said in my statement, the declarations of the President relative to that, as well as to that revolutionary government thing, was more of an expression of exasperation due to the series of acts which I mentioned in my statement. It was more of a warning to the enemies of the state and not to the people.
But sir, are we confident that if in case the Congress would support the president?
Oh, I already answered that earlier.
Sir, another. May issue, sir, dun sa marami mga commuters ang nagre-reklamo, sir, sa removal of bus terminals along EDSA, and some of also lawmakers oppose it. Plano pala naman po ito ng MMDA to remove it after the Holy Week. So, ano po ang sentiment na Malacañang given na maraming Pilipino po ang maapektuhan?
We will leave it to the MMDA since they're the ones on the ground. They're the ones studying the feasibility of such plan.
MPC question, Joseph?
Sir, just a little bit on China. Given the stronger message from the palace now as far as the Chinese presence is concerned, do you think it's how ripe, the time is ripe for the president to make good his commitment in 2016 to jet ski to Scarborough, West Philippine Sea?
I think he already responded to that about that jet ski thing. He said, storya lang yun. Di ba sabi niya doon?
So that's nothing, sir.
Eh, drama lang naman yung pagpupunta naman. The more better action would be to file a diplomatic protest and then raise that as an issue in the bilateral meetings between the two countries.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, MPC, may mga tanong pa kayo? Okay na? Ina, no more questions? Okay, thank you, Presidential
Thank you.
Spokesperson, Chief Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.